We started Strong Sense of Place because I really love to read books set in the places that we're traveling to, but I particularly love novels. And if you go into, say, a travel bookstore, they're usually memoirs or travel guides. And I really wanted to read novels set in the places we were visiting. But I couldn't find someone who was reading all of the books and recommending the ones that they loved. And we thought, well, we could do that.
Initially, the idea was to have a big website that we were going to write over years. And then at some point we were like, wait a second, that's going to take years. So then we thought, okay, we're going to need to show people the trip, the route. And one way to do that is to have a podcast where we're constantly talking about the locations in the books and how that all ties together. The other thing that was very compelling for me when we started talking about the project was I believe that reading about somebody else's life increases your empathy. And I am a strong proponent of empathy. I think empathy is the thing that ultimately might save us. And the idea that we were going to be working on our own empathy and visiting, seeing the world through other people's eyes, and then turning around and hoping to get people excited about the idea that they would also be doing that, for me was like compelling.
We do our podcast in seasons. We do 12 episodes per season, and then we take a little bit of break to prepare for the next season. And in every season, we try to hit every continent, plus 2 destinations in the United States, and 3 of what we call themes, which are places you can visit that aren't geographical, like libraries, bookstores, the sea, trains,
Restaurants.
It's kind of our hope with Strong Sense of Place that in that 2-week period, people will listen to the show, maybe read 1 or 2 of the books, cook a recipe, listen to the music. We put a lot of resources in our show notes so that people can kind of give themselves, it's almost like a mini social studies class, only way more fun. So through that 2-week period, after the podcast comes out, we release more information on the website so that people who really want to pretend they're in Sri Lanka or Spain for 2 weeks can do that.
We started the Library of Lost Time because our audience, who are lovely, wonderful people, wanted to hear more of Strong Sense of Place. And so much work goes into each episode of Strong Sense of Place that we couldn't figure out how to do that. And so we figured out what we could do is have a sort of supplemental podcast. It's every Friday we talk about 2 books that are usually new. And then we talk about what we call a distraction of the week, which is something that we found delightful that we hope other people will find delightful too.
So our session for Newburyport will be sort of like a live version of our show. We will start with a 101 about archives and libraries because there is a significant difference. And our guest, Amy Tector, might weigh in on that because I know she has a lot to say about that subject. And then Dave will take us through 2 Truths and a Lie.
Yep, about libraries or archives. And then after that, we're going to talk to Amy about a book that she likes that is set in a library or an archive. And then I will be talking about sort of a number of books that have a strong sense of place of a library. So if you want to immerse yourself in that environment, here are some places you could go.
We'll be talking to Amy about her new book, Speak for the Dead, which is a mystery that kicks off with a murder inside Canada's Dominion Archive, which is also where Amy works. Very exciting.